TeaTime Chinese episode 44, The Story of the Butterfly Lovers. Hello friends and welcome back to TeaTime Chinese. I am Nathan. For those of you who listen to the podcast, you might know that I am now living in Paris, France. The weather here in May is very agreeable. I usually work at home during the week and go out for a walk on the weekend. Last week, a Parisian friend took me to the suburbs of Paris. In the suburbs of Paris, I saw a 城堡. What is a 城堡? There are two kinds of 城堡. One was used for war, and another was used for the residence of kings and rich people. In English, 城堡 are castles. There are no castles in China, so I was ecstatic to see one here in France. In the past, this castle was where the kings of France would live, but now it has been turned into a museum, and anyone can step inside. There is also a garden next to the castle. In the past, only the kings were allowed to stroll here, but now anyone can take a walk. I felt like I was the king of France. Today, I want to share with you a very ancient Chinese story. Some people say that it is a beautiful story, others say that it is a sad story. In China, everyone knows about this story. Many animations, movies, and music all tell this story. It is the story of the butterfly lovers, also known as the story of Shanbo and祝英台. If you study Chinese and know a little bit of Chinese culture, you might have heard about this story. Shanbo and 祝英台 are the names of the heroes of this story. What happened between these two persons? Before I tell the story, there are three words that I would like you to know. The first word is 雌雄. In Chinese, we use the words 男人 and 女人 to refer to the male and female person. But in the case of animals, we don't use 男 or 女. We use 雄 and 雌. For example, in the story, you will hear the words 雌鸟 and 雄鸟. The word 雌鸟 means a female bird, and the word 雄鸟 means a male bird. The second word is 坟墓. 坟墓 is a tomb where we put the body of people who have passed away. The third word is 蝴蝶. 蝴蝶 is a butterfly. Have you ever seen a 蝴蝶? Do you like 蝴蝶? Okay, so 雌雄, 坟墓, and 蝴蝶, these are the three words that will help you better understand this story. Let's begin the story right now. Are you ready? A long time ago in the province of Zhejiang lived a girl named 祝英台. 祝英台 grew up very fond of reading and studying. When she was 15 years old, she told her father that she wanted to go to school, but her father didn't allow her to do so. Back in those days in China, girls could only stay at home and could not study at school. However, seeing that 祝英台 really wanted to go to school, her father finally agreed. 祝英台 was ready to go to school, but she couldn't let anyone know that she was a girl. 祝英台 had read the story of Mulan before. Mulan wore men's clothes and became a brave soldier, so 祝英台 wore men's clothes too. This way, everyone would think that she was a boy student. At that time, there was a very good school in the place of Hangzhou, so 祝英台 set out for Hangzhou. One day, she was resting in a tea house. A 茶馆 is the tea house where people rest and drink tea. So 祝英台 was in the 茶馆, and at this moment, there was another student who also came to the 茶馆 to rest. 祝英台 chatted with the student and learned that his name was Liang Shanbo. Liang Shanbo asked Zhu Yingtai where she was going, and they found out that they were going to the exact same school. Both of them were very happy to have made a new friend. Liang Shanbo asked Zhu Yingtai about her age. She said 15, and she asked Liang Shanbo about his age, and he said 17. Liang Shanbo was 2 years older than Zhu Yingtai, so Liang Shanbo was recognized as the older brother and Zhu Yingtai as the younger brother. Zhu Yingtai was wearing men's clothes, so Liang Shanbo had no idea that she was a girl. The two friends arrived at school. They attended classes together and studied together. Besides that, the two also lived in the same room. Liang Shanbo was studying very hard and read books every day and never found out that Zhu Yingtai was a girl. Zhu Yingtai, on the other hand, living with Liang Shanbo every day, slowly fell in love with him, but dared not tell him the truth. The two studied together at school for 3 years. One day, Zhu Yingtai received a letter saying that her father was very sick and wanted her to go home as soon as possible. So Zhu Yingtai told her teacher that she had to go home. She also told the teacher the truth, that she was actually a girl and was deeply in love with Liang Shanbo. She hoped that the teacher would tell Liang Shanbo after she left. The teacher listened and agreed. When Liang Shanbo heard that Zhu Yingtai was leaving, he was very sad. Zhu Yingtai, seeing that Liang Shanbo was very sad, wanted badly to tell him the truth. So Zhu Yingtai said, "Look, my brother, those 2 little birds on the tree, one with another, one is female and another one is male. If I were a girl, would you be willing to marry me?" But Liang Shanbo didn't understand. He asked, "But you are not a girl. What are you talking about?" Zhu Yingtai saw that Liang Shanbo didn't understand, so she said, "My brother, you see, there is something that you don't know. I have a sister, and we look very similar. Would you be willing to come to my home and marry my sister?" And Liang Shanbo gladly said, "Yes, I will go to your home next time and take your sister as my wife." Zhu Yingtai left. She returned home only to find out that her father was not sick. Her father urged her to come home because he wanted to find a husband for her to marry. Zhu Yingtai said that she met a student at school and his name was Liang Shanbo. She wanted to marry Liang Shanbo. Her father was very angry and did not approve of her marrying a student. Zhu Yingtai's father knew a rich family by the family name of Ma. Her father wanted Zhu Yingtai to marry Ma's son. Zhu Yingtai was heartbroken to hear that. And what about Liang Shanbo? He continued to study at school and slowly forgot his promise to go to Zhu Yingtai's house. 3 months later, one day his teacher approached him and told him about Zhu Yingtai. Now, Liang Shanbo realized that Zhu Yingtai was a girl. Only then did Liang Shanbo understand what Zhu Yingtai meant when she said those things before she left. He soon prepared to leave and went to Zhu Yingtai's house to ask for marriage. Liang Shanbo found Zhu Yingtai's home. Zhu Yingtai was already dressed in girl's dress and looked very pretty. When Zhu Yingtai saw Liang Shanbo, she was both happy and sad. She said, "My brother, why have you come so late? My father has arranged me to marry to the son of the Ma's family. Next week, I am going to get married." Liang Shanbo heard this and was heartbroken as well. The two cried together. At this time, Zhu Yingtai's father came and saw Liang Shanbo and became very angry. He told Liang Shanbo to get out and never to come back again. Liang Shanbo came home. Back home, Liang Shanbo could not eat nor sleep. He was always thinking about Zhu Yingtai. Soon he became sick, and a few days later, Liang Shanbo died of illness. but Zhu Yingtai had no knowledge about Liang Shanbo's death. On the wedding day, Zhu Yingtai went to Ma's house with her family. On their way, Zhu Yingtai saw a tomb by the street with Liang Shanbo's name engraved on it. When Zhu Yingtai asked others, they told her that, yes, this is Liang Shanbo's tomb, for he is dead already. Hearing this, Zhu Yingtai fell on the tomb of Liang Shanbo and cried. At this time, the sky turned black, it started to rain, and there was lightning. And out of nowhere, a big hole opened on the ground. Zhu Yingtai wanted to die with Liang Shanbo, so she jumped into the hole. As soon as Zhu Yingtai jumped into the hole was closed. After that, the sky was clear again. There was no lightning and no rain. Zhu Yingtai's family tried to find Zhu Yingtai, but they could not find her. Suddenly a man said, "Look, there are 2 butterflies." People looked and found that there were really 2 butterflies flying above the tomb of Liang Shanbo. The butterflies flew and flew as if they were dancing. And the man said, "That must be Liang Shanbo and Zhu Yingtai." Everyone agreed and said, "Yes, that must be so." The 2 became butterflies and will never be separated ever again. Today, when Chinese people see 2 butterflies, they still think of the story of Liang Shanbo and Zhu Yingtai, and they call them the butterfly lovers. So this is the story of the butterfly lovers, also known as Liang Shanbo and Zhu Yingtai. Today, to simplify it, we also call the story Liang Zhu. In the West, there is the story of Romeo and Juliet, and in China, we have Liang Zhu. I hope you have enjoyed this story. If you enjoyed the story, you can also check out the movies, cartoons, and music that tell this story. In our Patreon group, I will also share some videos that will help you understand the story better. The transcript of this episode will be posted on our website soon. So that's it for today's episode. Thank you all for listening and for your support. You're listening to Tea Time Chinese, and I'll see you next time. This is a Tea Time Chinese production. For more information, please visit teatimechinese.com.